All right. So let me start presenting again. And oh, did you guys all get? Did I put in the chat box what you needed? I'm gonna redo it again because I got kicked out. So I'm just gonna put it in there again.
Unit 6.
Yep. Yeah, so everybody should have access to the Unit 6 doc. Just make a copy of it, and that way you can write on it or do what you want with it. And it also includes an article about like global white supremacy, or transnational white supremacy, which is another term for it, which kind of talks about things that are happening in the present. And we're going to connect the things that are happening in the present to what has already happened, because we all know that history constantly repeats itself. So, all right, so let's get started. So the first thing that I want you guys to do, and I think you guys can see it, but maybe not.
Can we see the?
Can I see it now? Unit 6.
Yeah, I can.
All right, I'm presenting on a board too, so I just wanted to make sure that you guys could see that as well. You can see him?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so this is what I use in my class. We have one for each unit, and here are some essential questions that we're going to seek to be able to answer by the time we finish this unit. So I get a volunteer to read the first essential question. Sam, you want to read it? Where I can't see the chat box. Did somebody say put their hand up?
Sam did, yep.
Okay. Sam, you want to read that first one? Don't tell me his mic is not working now.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. What is
going on? Yeah, I want to read the first one.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
I have to look for the presentation. I'm not seeing it here.
I think you have to click on that link and just open it in another tab.
All right.
Because the presentation's not up, Ms. Ridgway.
It's not up? I just put it up.
You put the link in the chat box, but we don't see the presentation. So I have it up in another tab.
OMG. Okay. All right. So, okay, I got it. Sam, you're gonna read the first one, and then Cam will be next because Cam said he wants to read. So, go ahead, Cam. I mean, Sam.
How can a global white supremacy be defeated?
Defined.
Oh, defined. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Cam.
In what ways have global white supremacy manifested itself around the world?
All right. Can we get another volunteer?
Tony, Simone, can you see it now?
Yes. Okay, Simone says she can see it. Go ahead, Cam. You can go again.
How did white supremacy contribute to the Great Migration?
Yes. And our last one, any volunteers? You can just unmute yourself if you want to go.
Cam said he did it.
Okay.
So no one else wants to take this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In what ways have the Great Migration and white supremacy affected northern cities?
Awesome sauce. All right. So, what do you know about global white supremacy? That is our essential do now for the day. What do you know about global white supremacy? So, what I would like you guys to do, if you're able to, fill in the what I know box on your copy, but also maybe share one or two things in the chat box so that we can so you guys can like respond to each other. So what do you know personally about global white supremacy? Do you know what it looks like in other countries outside of the US? Do you have some examples? And I'm going to give you guys, what do you think, Miss Williams? 3 minutes to think and write. Think that's good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So I got my timer on. What do you know about global white supremacy? Are there some examples that you have? How would you define it? Just anything. There's like a lot of technical issues happening today.
Yeah.
So weird. It seems like, oh, because today is the first day. Like,
Oh, for a lot of the rest of the.
yeah, like we've been doing it, you know. We've been everybody else is just, you know. They hate on at least one group of races. Okay. That's a thought. It also leads to colorism and people of color trying to be close to white. Okay.
Definitely.
It's a problem worldwide. Maybe the internet is still tired since it's a Monday. I think so, Tiffany.
Run by fear.
That's right, Cam. Cam said he's been here since day one. Despite his mom making him come, he's enjoying it. So Simone said it may be run by fear. Definitely. And Simone also says same. I've been here since day one. That's so funny. Yes, good. We have a minute left. So for those of you still thinking, processing, that's right, Sam. So what do you know about global white supremacy?
Yes, Tony.
Did I miss something? Oh, I gotta scroll down. Yes, Tony. Is Tony your student, Miss Williams?
Tony is mine.
Okay. He said, "Yep, that's my teacher." Okay. We have a few seconds left, so if you still have some thoughts, let's try to get them in there. So I want this activity to kind of like get your mind flowing, thinking about white supremacy and global white supremacy. Is that even a thing, right? So how many of you, this is the first time you've heard of this term, global white supremacy? If this is the first time, put a hand emoji in the chat box or put a thumbs up if it's your first time. If it's not, put a thumbs down. Okay. Oh. All right. Laura's in the house. White people overpowering anyone that is not their race. Okay. It destructs others' cultures. Yes, absolutely. It destroys the cultures of others. Yes, because it operates off of this idea that, you know, whiteness is the ideal culture. And unfortunately, languages get destroyed, cultures get destroyed. Absolutely. All right. Good job, guys. Okay. So what I want you guys to do now is think about what do you want to know about global white supremacy, right? So that's part of the KWL, what I know, what I want to know, and then what I learned. So what do you want to know about global white supremacy? What are you looking forward to learning about? Daisy says her first time hearing this term. Okay. Is it your first time hearing white supremacy? Probably not, right? But this idea of global, right, that it is something that is outside of just our country, right? A lot of people don't really think about that, do we? We really just think of these issues in black and white, right? No pun intended. We just really think of it as something that only affects the US, and that is not the case at all, because global white supremacy comes out of this idea of colonization, this idea and this act of colonization. And we know that transpired around the world. So it is something that is not limited to just one place.
We did learn about imperialism in Africa.
There you go. See, there you go. I want to know, what is the aim and objectives of global white supremacy? What are some examples of global white supremacy? So the Nazis are white? Yes. So see, when you guys start thinking, you realize you know more than you think you do, right? Why must someone need to be superior to another? That's the $1 million question, right, Ms. Williams?
Yeah.
Good. These are all good things that you guys want to know. I guess I want to know, if in countries with no white people, can there still be white supremacy? That is an excellent, excellent question, thought process.
Definitely can.
Oh, go ahead, Ms. Williams.
I was going to say it definitely can if we're talking about the influence on culture.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. And I would even say, even if there's not even if there are some white people there, but it's not a large part, right? Like they're not as big, they're not as
They're not a majority
population as we have in like Europe or here in the US, right? Even if there are a few white people that are living in different countries, you can still have white supremacy present, even if the indigenous people are still in power. And that's because of this legacy of not only colonization, but also the way that our culture kind of spreads around the world. It lends to this utilization of global white supremacy, unfortunately. So absolutely, yes. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that too. But nowhere is that evident than in something called colorism, which, if you guys have not heard about it, it is basically this need for people who are not white peoples, to want to identify with whiteness because they feel inferior. They've been made to feel inferior to white people. So in order for them to rectify that, they try to move as close as possible to that. And one way that they do that is through skin bleaching. And that's prevalent in the majority Black countries all over the world, from Jamaica to the US to India, and other parts of Asia. It's everywhere. And skin whitening is like $1 billion industry. So, okay. So what I want us to do now, we're going to listen to a song, and I want you guys just listen. So you're just listening, we're listening to the lyrics, we're listening to how she is performing this song, and then we will talk.
Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root. black body swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. Pastoral scene of the gallant South, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth, scent of magnolia, sweet and fresh. Then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here's a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the tree to drop. Here's a strange and bitter
All right. So, how many of you have ever heard of Billie Holiday?
Me,
Miss Williams, like me.
Cameron, Simone.
Okay. Okay.
It's okay, Days.
Sorry, not me. It's okay. That's all right, Daisy. Christine said no. Okay. All right, that's normal. It's okay that you guys have not heard of her. So let's look at some of the lyrics. I'm just going to read them because they are a little haunting, and I don't want to make you guys have to read something so difficult to process. So I'll read it. Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. Pastoral scene of the gallant South, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth. Scents of magnolias, sweet and fresh. Then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the trees to drop. Here is a strange and bitter crop. So I'm curious, after listening to the song, what is your very first impression? So before we even like talk about these specific lyrics, what is just like your first impression of it? And you guys can put that in the comment, the chat box, or you can also share. You can unmute yourself and share. So it's up to you. Irma said no, she's a good singer though. Yes, she is. Okay, so anybody want to share what their first impression was after listening to the song? It's very slow and has a very sad tone. Indeed, it does. Anybody else? Oh, I had to scroll down. It's about violence and lynching. The first thing that came to my mind was war. Yes, Daisy, you're absolutely right. Okay. So I'll wait and see if we get anybody else, and then if not, we'll just. Listen, I felt this was a deep, somber ambiance to a full history and pain. Oh, full of history and pain. Yes. Clearly, I can't read right now. Yes, absolutely, Kathleen. So, now that you guys have had time to like talk about your first impression, what are some of the lyrics or ideas that stick out to you? We know what the lyrics are about. So what are some keywords or ideas that really stick out to you, that really resonates with you and captures this idea of like lynching? It is it's a beautiful haunting song. It really is. Don't you start, Kim. Blood on the leaves and blood on the roots. Burning flesh, yes. Then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Yes, that really sticks with you. So, Tony, this is about the strange fruit are the bodies. They're the bodies. Black bodies swinging. So they're lynchings when they would like hang, people from trees. And that is like the strange fruit. And it really captures like what happened, the burning flesh, right? Because we know that they burned many of the victims that were lynched. And when you're lynched, sometimes your mouth gets twisted and your tongue comes out. It's really horrible.
Your eyes bulge.
And your eyes bulge. Yes, yes. It's really horrible. And it's something that sticks with you. And lynching really encapsulates, in this song, really encapsulates what like white supremacy and what that means. It's the total, destruction of anybody that does not fit into this idea of whiteness, right? There's no room for them at the table. There's no room for them in society. So you get rid of them by any means necessary. And one of those means is through lynching. And so we talked a lot about lynching in our last unit, but one of the ways that it starts to be addressed is through music. And this is a really important time period that we're coming into, because music is going through this evolution where jazz comes to the forefront, and Black musicians are coming to the forefront. And they're all a part of not only this era of the Great Migration, where Blacks are moving from the South to the North, and a lot of that creativity starts to explode. It explodes in something that you guys may or may not have heard of called the Harlem Renaissance. So while all these things are also happening in America at the same time, you have things happening in other places that highlights the struggle against white supremacy. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about what's happening in places like South Africa, what's happening in places like Australia. And then we're going to get more into what is happening in this time period in the US. And hopefully by the time we're all done and it's all wrapped up, you guys will understand, one, that white supremacy isn't something that's limited to the US. It's something that has been exported around the world. And it's all connected in one way, shape, and form, in some way, shape, or form. So hopefully this has been like a really good introduction into what we're going to get into over the next couple of days. And it is 11:52. So unfortunately, that means that the bell has rung. Do you guys have any comments or questions? Ms. Williams, do you have anything you want to share?
No, I think it was great. The use of music and poetry and the arts to introduce your new unit or our new unit. I was happy to talk to the students, and I thought they were yours. You thought they were mine.
I know. You guys are really the best. You guys are.
Well, they're ours now.
Yes, that you guys are ours. You are our kids. And so we got to make sure we keep in touch too, because I know like I feel like we might be running out of time with some of you, because when May starts, you guys are, who knows what your teachers may require of you, and it may conflict with what we're doing. So Rukaya and Simone and Kim, I forget, I think it might be someone else. You guys have to make sure you keep in touch with us. We want to follow your journey throughout high school, and also over the summer. Make sure you guys are okay. Simone said, "Oh, I'm gonna still be here." I know that's right, Simone. She said she's gonna do a Tiffany.
Oh yeah.
Aww. She said she's gonna do a Tiffany, even if she has to be on 3 class calls. I know. Yeah. So you guys have to make sure you stay in touch, because we want to make sure that you're getting what you need in terms of African American history, and also we just care about you guys. You guys are you're our kids now. We're like a little family.
Yeah.
So, all right. So it was good to see you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow when there's going to be like 100 kids in class.
Right.
Oh wait, don't leave. Just wait. We don't have to take roll today, right?
No, we don't.
No. I should just be playing around with it. You know what? So it ended up taking roll like an hour after class ended.
Really? So what? How do you know that? You went back to the spreadsheet and all the names were there?
I went, yeah.
Wow. Well, I'll go back and look too.
I know.
Today it's not even on there. Like I don't even have the option today. I don't see it. It's not at the top.
I know. Oh wait, it just did it. But it only says 15 people when there's 18 people in the. I can't.
So, yeah, I don't know why mine is not there at all now.
And yours is not even there. You know what? Somebody told me that the other thing is not working either. So this is like so weird. But yeah, it's not.
We'll get it together, or they'll get it together.
We will figure it out, everyone. Thank you guys so much for coming and for always like being here and learning and being willing to learn. We appreciate y'all so much. And we will see y'all tomorrow.
Bye. Thank you guys. Bye, Mr. Shway. Talk to you later.
Okay, I'm about to text you. Are you busy right now?
No, I'm not busy. I just text you.
All right, I'm about to call you then.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.